On the guest line, it is Eron Gordon of the G League's Rio Grande Valley Vipers. He will join us to talk about a basketball camp he has coming up in Fort Wayne. First off, Eron, thanks so much for coming on.
Hey, how's it going? Glad to be on today.
So let's start with kind of your season playing for Rio Grande. You got a little bit of run in the NBA Summer League a couple of weeks back. What was that experience like for you, your second year getting some time in the NBA Summer League?
It was pretty cool. It was kind of a weird scenario, like a last-second scenario. I did not know I was going to play up until my flight there. So I was already going down there for the NBA business mentorship meeting, and they had, sent me a call and said, hey, we have a spot available for you, and it just worked out just right.
Eron Gordon joining us on the guest line. So, yeah, the opportunity for Summer League, able to get that. Playing in the G League, what was that like for the first year last season and, going from the college level to playing in the G League in the Rio Grande Valley Vipers? What has that been like for you making that transition?
Yeah, so it's been really cool. Playing in the G League is a really unique experience. It's a lot different than the D League. It's a little bit more organized and, it's a lot more showy. So, obviously, with the G League, it's the NBA affiliate, so pretty much like major minor league system. And it's been a really unique experience, especially being with the Vipers. They're one of the original teams, and it's been amazing. They've had 4 championships. They won it last year, and this year we made it to the finals and lost in the finals to the Blue Coats. So it's pretty exciting.
Eron, break this event down that you're having at Northside and how it came about.
Yeah, so I decided to have a camp here in Indianapolis. I've been wanting to have a camp here in Indianapolis for a long time, but there's been a lot of, speculation on just, how much people love basketball in Fort Wayne. And I've tried to tell people time and time again that, Fort Wayne is a hub for basketball, just like, the region in Indianapolis and, Southern Indiana. And, a couple of my friends said, well, why don't you have a camp? I actually have a really close friend who she says I should have a camp. She actually teaches at Northside. And my agent, Chantel Smith, Jones, she is actually my marketing agent. And, she's out of Fort Wayne. And then actually my best friend, VJ Blackman, is from Fort Wayne. So I said, why not have a camp in Fort Wayne? My brother Eric actually had a camp in Fort Wayne in 2015. So it's been about, 8 years since that's happened. So I kind of just wanted to kind of go back and just fill out where I think, just not a lot of pros, go back and do, even though I know that there are a lot of professional players that are from Fort Wayne. But when you're able to have someone from the outside, but still in the state of Indiana, come in and do something, I think it's really unique.
Eron Gordon joining us on the guest line. Yeah, you mentioned, you're from Indy. Obviously, your brother Eric had a lot of success as a high school player, still playing in the NBA. But it's one thing for you to have a camp in Indy, but coming to Fort Wayne, do people kind of think you're a little crazy for kind of stepping outside your roots, so to speak, and going to a different city across the state?
No, not really. I mean, it's kind of what's expected. Obviously, just the population of Fort Wayne is pretty high, especially in a state like Indiana. And I think a lot of people really encourage me to, kind of go out my limits and do that. I don't have that much outside just knowing a couple of people in Fort Wayne. Like I didn't go to IPFW TFW as it is now. I didn't go there to school. I didn't really play against a lot of Fort Wayne teams other than Fort Wayne Carroll once in high school. So, there's not a lot of correlation, but it's Indiana. And I think, growing up playing at Spieth Fieldhouse and just being able to go back, my brother Eric played for Spieth. So, there's a little bit of correlation, but not very much. But a lot of people still definitely understood it.
Now you bring up Spieth Fieldhouse, of course, the hot topic in Indiana high school basketball these days. Is Spieth Fieldhouse going away from basketball and putting in pickleball courts? What was your reaction when you found out about that? And do you have any particular memories from playing at Spieth?
Yeah, I have so many different memories from playing at Spieth. But I think to answer your first question, I think, that's just the way how the world is right now. There are so many different field houses that are just popping up everywhere. Like in Indianapolis, I mean, you've obviously have the Pacers, Mojo up. You're now starting to see the Lebanon field house pop up. You already have, Fisher's the best choice. So you're starting to see a lot of, field houses pop up. And I think with Spieth, they've kind of already started to make that transition in small ways each and every single year since I've been in high school. And I think it may be about time. Not everything lasts forever, but I've had so many different memories. My favorite memory of me as a player was when I scored 32 points as a freshman on the 17U team of Spieth. They had a lot of really good players on that team, a lot of really good NBA players and pros that were on that team. And, that was probably my best memory. And then also being able to watch my brother play with, Greg Oden and Mike Conley and Daquan Cook with Spieth. So, those are probably my best memories at Spieth Fieldhouse.
Eron, would you look at this camp that you have coming up at Northside? What are some of the particulars to let people know, age groups, all that stuff, and how people can sign up?
Yeah, so you can go to AaronGordon.com and sign up there. If you click camps on the website, it is $25 online and $30 at the door. It is Sunday, August 13th from 1 p.m. to 4, and it's for all grades. It's for K through 12, boys and girls.
Eron Gordon joining us again. That camp coming up at Northside High School, August 13th. Is there a registration deadline for people as far as online, or just any time right before the door? Yeah,
anytime right before the door. It's 30 at the door and then 25 online. You can do it. You can come at the door, do it online, whichever one works better for you, all the way up until the start of the camp.
Eron, you mentioned playing for Rio Grande Valley and through year one. Was the G League what you expected coming out of Valpo? What did you maybe find that was surprising or you didn't know, or was it where you felt like you were pretty prepared for the experience?
I feel like I was pretty prepared with the experience. A lot of that was because I did summer league, with the Rockets. But overall, there's a whole lot of talent in the G League. It's starting to get really, really, really competitive in the G League, and a lot of that's because now you're starting to have, more two-ways and select players. So, on most nights, starting five is made up of 5 NBA players and 5 NBA players that are actively playing on the roster. So, it's, you look down, the line and, you start to see playoff games and meaningful games. You're looking at, pretty much a full NBA team, whether it's, not going to be an NBA starter that's going to play, but you're pretty much looking at an NBA team, especially once you get down to big games, marquee games, playoff games. And it's kind of what the G League kind of wanted. It's kind of what the NBA wants. It's kind of what I expected to at the same time.
Now, the important question is, can you still ball your older brother in one-on-one?
No. I can't do that yet. I think I'm getting a little bit closer, but not yet. My brother's still one of the best players in the world. Injuries and, situations and different things have kind of, hampered him from not, being a 20-game point scorer like how, I think we're accustomed to seeing him do, since, around 2019, 2020. But he's still to me, he's still one of the best players in the world.
So for you being the younger brother of a guy who obviously had a ton of success, you mentioned some of those greats back in the day with Mike Conley and Greg Oden and Daquan Cook, part of their loaded Spieth Indy Heat team back in the day. It's just wild to think about the players there. But what has that been like for you growing up in the shadow? You felt like you've been able to kind of create your own path as a basketball player, or do you feel like at times it was kind of hard to get past that aspect of being Eric Gordon's younger brother?
Oh, no, for me, it was pretty easy. Me and Eric didn't go to the same middle school. We didn't graduate from the same high school. We didn't go to the same college, and, we didn't play for the same pro team. So for me, it's pretty easy overall. It was really obviously just the extra publicity of being his brother. But, other than that, people do ask me all the time. I've never really even felt it. More people kind of, expect it to be like, oh, well, what's it like being his brother? And I'm like, I don't know any different. Do you feel like you're in the shadows or whatever? And I'm like, no, not at all. It's we haven't had anything of the same path. We didn't go to the same school. Obviously, our dad trained us growing up, so that's the only same correlation. But anything else, it's been a big thing. And then I think another thing is he's 9 years older, so a big jump. So it's not like we had the same friend groups and all that either.
Eron Gordon joining us, the Eron Gordon basketball camp coming to Fort Wayne here in just about a week and a half. August 13th, 1 to 4 p.m. at Northside High School, $25 online, $30 at the door. You can register at erongordon.com. That's ERON Gordon.com as far as the website to get all the information and register there. Eron, thanks so much for coming on this morning, and best of luck in your upcoming season with Rio Grande.
Thank you. Much appreciated.
That's Eron Gordon joining us in the basketball camp Sunday, August 13th, erongordon.com. That's ERON Gordon.